Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome. Welcome back to Duns Beautiful People. Welcome, welcome. Myself and Rosie, we are here. Hi, everybody. Hi. We want to say hi. You guys, hold on a second, okay? I'll be right back. Don't move. Don't move, guys. I'll be right back. I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. And I am here. Thank you for that commercial break. Good. A little commercial break, y'all. Commercial break. Commercial breaks are good, you know? Commercial breaks are good. Good morning, my beautiful hospice family. Or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Wherever you are watching this. Okay, welcome, welcome. I want to make sure you guys could see. Welcome to Duns Beautiful People. My name is Nurse Dawn. My name is Nurse Dawn. Welcome. You guys are awesome. Hey, Cassidy. Hi, guys. I'm having my juice, my beets combination. You guys, I recently started juicing. Who watching right now is an expert in juicing? Maybe you guys can help me to know what's your favorite ingredients. Like, what are some of your favorite ingredients? Because I just started juicing, guys. Okay, it's very good. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you, Bernardo. I appreciate you, my friend. I recently started juicing, guys, okay? In here, if you're wondering, if you're curious, in here I have beets, I have carrots, I have celery sticks, I have lime, and I have ginger. And I added watermelon, okay? Cheers. It's very good, actually, you know, because it helps you to control your weight. It also helps you to stay well hydrated, because, you know, I don't drink enough water throughout the day, or I try to, but I feel like I could use more water throughout the day. And, you know, juicing is very beneficial, you know, because that's a lot. And I'm so thankful. And I actually made like a bigger, you know, jar. So I have some left over for tomorrow, you know, during lunchtime. Hi, my beautiful hospice family. Come on in. Oh, try avocado juice. How do you make it? Isaka? What do you adding to your avocado juice? Is it just avocado? Like, what should I add to it? Please tell me. I would love to know. Like I said, I am new to the juicing world, okay? So I need you guys to help me. All right, guys. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. My name is Nurse Dawn. My name is Nurse Dawn. I am a hospice nurse. I'm so glad to be here with you guys, okay? I am going to share with us three things, okay, three must-haves at the end. When somebody is dying, guys, these are the three things that I found throughout my career, okay? I've been a nurse since 2012, 14, well, not a nurse. I've been a hospice nurse since 2012, but I've been a nurse since 2010, okay? So I've been a hospice nurse since 2012, so for 14 years now, okay? And throughout my experience being in the homes with the families, these are the three things, okay, that I see that is a must have. Okay. Just avocado? You don't add no liquid, nothing like that? Wow. Like, does it give you juice, Isika? Like, when you blend it, is there enough juice to drink it just like, because I think avocado to me is very, like, it's kind of thick, right? And creamy. It's more like a smoothie. Anyhow, I'm glad you enjoy it. Hey, Halima, nice of you to be here. Thank you guys. And you guys, please be sure to subscribe. Get subscribed, help me to grow this channel, okay, guys? But yes, so let's jump in the video because I have a few things I want to share with us, okay? Here at Duns Beautiful People, I help to educate us about end of life. You know, I help us, you know, I empower us to not be so afraid of death and dying, you know? And that's the goal here. That is the goal here, you know? So three things, all right? Halima, Halima, okay, that's a pretty name. That's a very pretty name, my friend, Halima. Okay, guys. So the first thing, the first must have, okay, at the end of life that I've experienced, if you want to experience a comfortable death, okay, the most comfortable, peaceful death that I have found, number one is when the patient has peace inside of them. When the patient have peace within themselves, okay? When the patient have come to peace with the fact that they are dying, with the fact that it's the end, when the patient let go and stop fighting it, you know, and when the patient decide that they want to focus on quality of life versus quantity. Okay, guys, I'm gonna turn on the fan, okay? Hold on. It's getting kind of hot in here. I get so excited, so passionate when I talk about death and dying and end of life, especially when I'm making a difference by educating us, okay? So the number one thing that I find is that, you know, when the patients say what is meant to be said, when they are willing to say their last goodbyes. And I have witnessed many times where the father will say, okay, it's time to gather up everybody. So he will have, you know, his kids around him, his grandkids, his wife, you know, they all will be around, you know, and he will say what he needs to say to each of them. And that is so peaceful, guys, you know? When the person is able to forgive him or herself and also others, you know, that's all that has to do with peace within, okay? So the number one thing that I see, okay, so I have three of them, okay? I have three of the most peaceful deaths, okay? So these are the ingredients, okay? These are the ingredients that a peaceful death has, okay? Is when the person has peace inside of themselves. So when they're able to accept it, when they're able to gather people and let them know, okay, how they want the end to look like, when they are ready to forgive themselves for, you know, whatever past experiences that they had, they forgive themselves, they forgive their family, you know. When they are willing to welcome a spirituality realm around them, you know, because even people who never believe in God. Like I have had atheists at the end of life who say that they want to connect with the spiritual care coordinator, because every hospice company has a spiritual care coordinator, so they want to talk about spirituality, not necessarily a religion, but a spirituality. Okay. And just basically letting go of the fear and anxiety of the unknown, because you and I, nobody knows what it's like to die, right? You never died before. I've never died before. Okay. At least not in this realm, but that's for another topic. But it's like when your loved one is able to let go of the fear of dying, because so many of us, we are afraid to die because we don't know what to expect in the afterworld, right? Because some people believe in heaven, some people believe, you go into the universe and you become part of the ethers. Some people believe in reincarnation, where you will become an animal, whatever. But nobody really know. Okay. So when you are able to just let go of all of the noise, all of the distractions, you see, and just accept, you know, um, the end for just what it is. It's just the end of the book. It's just like a book, when you are reading a book, we start with the cover page, we start with the first page, and then we go, and then we get to the end, right? And then we close the book, and we get another book. So some people, when you are able to just let go and just accept it as part of life, you find peace within you. Okay. And there's a Bible in the there's a verse in the Bible, guys, that I really want you guys to write down. Okay. Because this Bible verse really helped me through my personal journey. Okay. And it's John 14:27. Okay, guys, I'm actually going to write that down. Who can tell me what John 14:27 say? You know, like, I am not religious, but I definitely believe in spirituality. Hey, there goes my friend Tay. I remember you from the last live. How you doing, my friend? I love seeing a familiar name. It just brightens up my day. Okay, guys? But yes, I'm going to write down the Bible verse that I want you to keep and possibly memorize, because this Bible verse, my beautiful hospice family, it definitely gives me peace. Okay, it gives me peace, you know, and I often share it with my caregivers. You know what I mean? I often share it, you know? And the verse is John 14:27. John 14:27, guys. Okay, I have my notes here, guys, because I definitely write my notes, because I write down what I want to talk to us about. Okay, so this is the Bible verse. Okay, it should come your way any moment now. But yes, John 14:27. Okay, my beautiful hospice family, I want us to save it. Jesus said to his disciples, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give you peace like the rest of the world." Okay? So the number one thing that we need, the number one formula, there are three, formulas that we need to have a peaceful past. I should probably rename it. Yes, I think I'm going to rename it to three formulas that we must have at the end. And one is the peace. Okay, one is peace. We need to make peace. People who I've noticed have peace inside of them, people who have made peace with the fact that they are dying, people who have accepted the fact that it is the end, people who have called families, gather up their families to let them know, I'll be okay. It's okay. It's a new chapter for me. You know, people who have forgiven their brothers and sisters and anybody who has hurt them. You see, these are the people who I have noticed have the bestest end of life, you know? So I am going to rename it to 3 formulas. Okay, guys? 3 formulas. 3 formulas must have, right? At the end. Okay, how about that? Huh? Is that better, guys? 3 formulas must have at the end. Okay? All right, so that's the name of this live, okay? The creativity comes on. Okay, the creativity comes on, guys. We have to flow with it. That's how life is. You cannot be stuck in any one way, my beautiful people. Okay, my beautiful people, we cannot be stuck. We cannot be stuck, my beautiful people. We have to be able to flow. Okay, so that's number 1. Okay, like I want us to write this down. That's the number 1 formula. Okay, number 2, I only have 3 formulas, guys. Okay, I only have 3 formulas. And thank you so much for being with me this evening, this afternoon. How you guys doing today, my friends? How you doing today? How was your work day, huh? Because I know many of you guys are getting out of work just like me. Okay, I am basically out of work. Okay, right now I am ending my day. And thank you so much, guys, for ending your day with me, for spending this time with me. I appreciate you so much. So let me know, how was your work day? Anybody watching right now is in the medical field, huh? Let me know if you are in the medical field. Okay, all right. The second formula, okay, that I want us to have is I want us to create a peaceful environment. Okay, I want us, people who are in a peaceful environment, they have the best. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you guys could hear me, okay? Because my phone, let me know if you could hear me. So people who have the bestest end of life are the ones, guys, who have a nice environment. When I say calm environment, I mean those who are able to die in their home, in their bed. I once had this gentleman, I kid you not. This gentleman, he was obsessed with his bed. Okay, so he was like a taller gentleman. I think he was like 6'4". All right, so his bed was like specially made for him. And I kid you not, his whole thing was that he did not want to be transferred into a smaller hospital bed. Okay, because when the hospice team comes in, one of the things we recommend is that you switch beds. Okay, but he was like, no way. He told us he wants to pass in his bed. And the thing is that his wife, like they were the cutest couple. She would just climb up in the bed and sleep with him right there. So they both would be sleeping on the same bed, and that was so awesome. Okay, so your environment at the end of life, and that's where hospice comes in, my beautiful people. Hospice makes sure that you could stay at home. You see, rather than having you go to a, hospital, rather than, having you be shipped to a hospital, hospice can make sure that you stay at home in your bed with your loved ones. You know what I mean, guys? And so that is huge. That is absolutely huge because so many people, excuse me, so many people, guys, they don't get that luxury, you know, because as you and I know, when somebody is sick, okay, and really sick at the end of life, they usually go to the hospital very often, you know, they usually go to the hospital quite often. And then, most likely they end up passing at the hospital. But those of us who have the opportunity to die in our own home, it is awesome, you know. So a peaceful setting, guys, a peaceful setting could include some of the following, such as, peaceful voices, because you and I know when you go to the hospital, there's so many call lights, bells are ringing, people are talking, okay? A lot of noise, right? So a peaceful setting includes, soft voices, a gentle touch. We love to touch, okay? A touch means so much. It's a transfer of energy, Even though your loved ones cannot talk back to you, make sure you are constantly touching them, okay? Touch their hands, touch their shoulders, give them a hug, give them kisses, touch their face. Oh my goodness. When you want to get somebody's attention, okay? Like for example, I have a child, okay? I have a son. He's 10. When I want to get his attention, I just gently hold his little face, like this between my hands, okay? All right? And then he's like looking at me, okay, mommy. So when somebody is at the end of life, touch means a lot, Absolutely. So that's another thing that we can do regarding the environment. Faces, familiar faces, being surrounded by people rather than being surrounded by a bunch of, nurses, doctors, aides that you don't even know at a hospital. If you get the chance to die in your house, you'll be surrounded by familiar faces, and that is so peaceful, right, guys? It might be also a setting, the environment might include your favorite music. You see, I've had the caregivers, the family members, they will play the person's favorite soundtrack, I had this lady who was in love with Celine Dion. I love Celine Dion songs, I remember going to see her in concert, So this family, this daughter was just let the, record play. And the mom was so happy, The light, when we dim the light, you see, that is all part of peace, That's all part of the calmness of the environment, you see. So that's the second formula. The second formula is a calm, supportive environment, guys. It's very important. Okay? And number 3, like I said, I just have 3 things for us. Okay? And number 3 is definitely where hospice comes in, where we get to make sure that we prioritize your comfort, okay? We make sure that we as a hospice staff, me as the hospice nurse, I make sure that my patients are comfortable, meaning that we control your pain level. We make sure that, the patient is not in any pain. Okay? We make sure that the person is not having any difficulties with breathing. I wish this camera would follow me, guys. Like when I move and turn. We make sure that the person is not having any difficulties with breathing. We make sure that the person is not anxious, And all of these we do through medications, through treatments, okay? We make sure that they are positioned in a way that maximizes comfort. Yes, guys. Okay, my beautiful people. Like, you would be amazed how the simple things such as elevating somebody's head, okay, making sure that we are repositioning them every 2 hours. It's huge. It makes a lot of difference, okay? It makes a big, big difference, my beautiful people. You know what I mean? What else do I have? Okay. So yeah, these are the 3 formulas, So a peaceful past, a perfect end, okay? It's not about having everything perfect. It's more about who's around you. It's more around the setting. And it's more about you, your physical comfort. Is that being met? Okay? So these are the 3 formulas, guys, that I wanted to make sure that we understood, that I wanted to make sure that, we have in our tool bucket, It's very important. It's very, very important, guys. Hi, elevator. Amen to that, my friend. Amen, amen. So let me know, my hospice family, do you guys have any questions about death and dying? Have you experienced anybody in your life, dying at end of life? What are some strategies yourself you have used to take care of your loved ones at end of life? Let me know. As I drink my beets juice. I have to keep in mind when I go to the restroom, I have to make sure that I keep in mind that I had beets juice, because you guys know, for those of you who drink beets or eat beets, when you go to the restroom, your urine will be red. Or it'll be very similar to red. And some of us could freak out, Like, that happened to me one time, After I had this whole glass of beets juice, I went to the, restroom, and my urine was kind of red. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then I had to stop and think, oh yeah, I had beets juice. Oh my goodness, you guys. You have to laugh at yourself, okay? That's one of the biggest medicine is laughter. All right, my beautiful people. Well, if you don't have any questions for me, I am about to say goodbye. Please make sure you follow me on TikTok, okay? Those of you who are on TikTok, please, please, please follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram, okay? And also, check out my website, okay? I have a website, guys. I have a website. It's very informative, okay? DunsLove.com, okay? That's my website, okay? Check out my website, guys. Give me some love. Sign up to be part of my mailing list, okay? And of course, Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. Give me a like. Okay, support the channel. Okay. I love you guys so much. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you. I know that it's not easy taking care of a loved one who's dying, but together, you and I, we will overcome. You are not by yourself. End of life is life. Like I wrote in my book, end of life is life, okay? And I know that we are not taught to know about end of life, but it's something we are all gonna go through it. You, me, you, them, us. We're all gonna be at end of life one day. So why not learn as much as we can about it? Why not get the knowledge? Because you and I know knowledge is power. The more knowledge we have about a topic. Do you want to know the number one way to not be afraid of something? The number one way to not be afraid of something, no matter what it is, whether it's ghosts, it's monsters, it's voodoo, it's disease, illnesses, whatever it is, learn about it. The more we learn about a topic, the more we learn about something, the less fearful we are. It's a fact. Okay? Whatever you find yourself being afraid of, learn about it. And you'll see you're not going to be scared no more. Okay, my beautiful hospice family? That's what I wanted to leave us with. I love you. I love you with the love of Jesus Christ. See you in the next video. Mwah. Take care.